Hello everybody. Oh, nobody at the moment because I've secretly stuck this on really, really fast. And Nico straight in. Yo, Nico. Give me a second. I'm just tweeting this out. Then people know. Yeah. The most unprofessional one ever, but you know, this is just like a fun one. Right, let's have a look at chat. Oh, hello, Sam, Bex, and Calster. Yo, 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 yo. Give me 1 second. Close, close, close. Right, we're game. Ooh, I'm about to set my controller. Don't do that, Tidge. Hello. Yo, Mystic Mac. Yo, 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 yo. Right, so I am the room owner, apparently. Bandwidth is on high, which means we should have no jittery cars, which is fantastic. It's unbelievable racing. Right, so here are the settings that we're going to go for. So 18 laps, which is double what the FIA was yesterday. We're putting it at 14 participants only because number 15 gets put at Tidgney 1. That's the only reason. At poor number 15. So Suzuka, fine weather, that's fine. It's a rolling start. Fastest first, slipstream real, light mechanical damage, visible damage on. So tyre weight is down at 4 rather than 15. Whatever the hell that is. So let me just do some calculations for you. Where the hell's my phone gone? I need access to my phone in case the detailer arrives. But he said he's going to be later, so it should be fine. Let me get a calculator for you folks. Calculator. Apparently I don't know where my calculator is on my phone. So it was 15 times 9 yesterday, which is 135 laps of tyre wear, right? So we're now going to change. Yo, Rizaka. Seat, stop moving. It's bloody annoying. Right, there you go. So 135 laps of tyres. Now in this setting, 18 times 4, 72. So we're knocking 60 laps of tyre off. So in theory, this should help. In theory, that is. 40 litres of fuel. Now the fuel is the one thing I am not sure of. So we're going to have to double check this setting. Group 3, bop on, softs and mediums, which is what we were on. No livery restrictions. Tuning is prohibited. Strong ghosting. Is it meant to be strong or is it meant to be weak? We might put it on weak for now. Choke penalty weak. Tab penalty weak. Side contact penalty, not sure. So I believe they are. Let me just save those settings. Or should be the OK settings. It'll be number 4 tonight, Bex. Calstop, we want a pit stop. That is the key thing with this. We want a pit stop. So that's why the fuel is set at times 40. You can try and non-stop it, but hopefully the fuel saving isn't there. The whole point of this is that you have to stop because PD obviously want a pit stop, right? So what we're trying to do is get the pit stop in, but where it's your choice when you pit. So you can do the overcut, you can do the undercut, you can do all sorts of different strategies. And it actually works out as racing rather than tyre wear goes, you're coming in on lap number 4 or else. Which sucks. So we'll try this. We might have 2 races, I'm not sure. Lobby is being created. So I'll put in the description what we're looking for here. So in fact, let me go back to the description so you can check this out. Qualifying in the race have to finish within 45 to 50 minutes. So what this allows is then people to finish the race, leave, and then join the nation slot after, or the manufacturer slot, depending on how these settings work. We don't want fuel burning in quali, so we'll have to work out whether fuel burning is a strategy or not. At 40 litres, I don't think it will be. Especially at times 1, I think it would take so long to get down that it's pointless. And the tyre wear being so low means you could get 2 fast laps in potentially, which is what we're trying here. So you can get 2 fast laps in, or even 3. Maybe you don't even have to pit and come in for tyres. Could work out. I said the race can't be dictated by the tyres because it can't be. It's just ridiculous. Now, in reality, we're probably only going to use a soft tyre here. That is the one thing. So we're taking out that tyre strategy, but I think that's fair enough because in the end, most cars are going to use the softer tyre. Most cars yesterday used soft. So I hate the fact we've got 2 compounds anyway, so maybe that should be brought back into the correct manner. And I say the idea is that we have to have a pit stop. PD want a pit stop in my mind, so we're going to try that. So we'll let everyone have a little bit of a practice first because, I mean, I've not been on today, so I'll be a bit of a pleb initially. And then we'll start quali in about... go. Sorry, just messaging Jomas because I want Jomas in here. Jomas let me in his one, so I want Jomas in here. Yo, Tiersy. So yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of practice first. Then we'll do an official quality session and a race. See how it goes. See if we need to adjust the settings slightly. Then potentially we might do another one, depending on time. I don't know when my detailers come in. Original schedule was 2:30, but that has changed slightly. Somebody's just messaged me. Nope, not somebody. 20 minutes practice session. Yeah, we'll have about 20 minutes just to practice. We'll actually get a feel for the. Oh yeah, pick the right car. So pick your manufacturer, please, guys. For those that want to try this. We want different cars. We don't want everybody in the Audi or whatever it might be. The Audi will be one of the strongest here. Don't get me wrong. So I want it on fuel. I want to see how many litres of fuel we have. At the moment, that's too much, so we might knock it down again. But let's see. We'll have a bit of a practice, get a feel for it, have a look at the settings, and then we'll go into an official quali and race. Oh, it's on 100%. Ah, okay. Why is it on 100%? That is... why is it on 100% when I set it at 40 litres? Answer on a postcard, please? Or is that only because of the race? Hmm. 100% because it's practice, not race. It's a bit annoying, really, isn't it? I suppose we can work it out. We can work it out at least. Is there a way to just set it to 0? Or 40%? Anyone know? For quali? Because that's what we really want to try. The good thing is, tyres working out great. Okay, that's annoying. Just get a bit of a warm up anyway. So it's 100% fuel is 33 laps. So we're starting on 40. We're off. So 40% is going to be what? Might have to turn fuel off for qualifying and a proper qualifying session. We'll see though. Or we might not actually, we might just keep it as this for now. I know why, Mac, because they are very, very stable. Woo. But look at this, the tyre wear not having an impact. We could actually do a proper quali session. Maybe even we just do it like this. Where's the crisps, mate? Oh, I haven't got them yet. Saw Razaka back out that very last minute. See, I reckon with these settings, you could actually go out and just do quali laps. No pitting, no fuel burning. Like if it was 40% as well, remember. We've done 2 fairly pacey laps. We're not pushing to the limit here. But if you look at the tyre wear, our tyre wear is not bad at all. I know what we can. I know what we can do for quali. I've just worked it out. Just worked it out in my head. Or would it work? Would it work? No, it wouldn't work actually. Lying. The irony here, guys, right? That 51.9 ended sector 2 then. It's only 2 tenths slower than my my actual one in the top 16. Rip to that one. So I need to work out laps. So it's 33 laps at 100%, which means 3.3 laps at 10%, which means it's 12 laps of fuel. That would be perfect, I think. I mean, we'll have refueling in there as well. Yo guys, just joined the stream. So we're just having a bit of a practice initially, and then we'll start a quali session shortly. Fortunately, the starting fuel isn't being affected for quali sessions, so practice, we're just gonna practice like this, and the quali will just have 100% fuel for now. Look, the tyres are still workable. This is lap number 4, so this is, you know, we're approaching the end of a quali session now, basically. You know, if we'd have started a quali session, we haven't started the quali yet. But they're still workable. We can actually have a quali session, you know, where you push out the laps, the times get closer and closer and closer. Maybe you wreck lap 2, you come in and go for another one. Or you can stay out and just blitz round. You can't fuel burn for days. I mean, let's have a look how much fuel burning takes off if we do it, actually. It's at ×1 at the moment, so what we'll do, we'll come in the pits and just fuel burn for a lap, I think. Oh! Wow. So what we'll do, we'll just mimic now fuel burning, just to see what fuel burning kind of does. On ×1. See what we get to by the end. I know some of you guys will hate this. It's only 1 lap, guys. We're just testing something. How likely is it that PD will listen to people? I have no idea, personally. No idea. It might not at all. But I'd rather figure it out. And to be honest, if it stays like this going into next year, I might just host my own championship using the Saturday rounds and literally do our own thing on a Sunday. Of course, we've got the mini championship as well. But that's going to be a monthly. See, look, fuel burning makes no difference here. Oh, Cheltenham, that was close. I mean, it makes maybe a tiny bit difference. You'll get 10%. But if you could start it at the 40% that we've got it, the 40 litres or whatever you want to call it, for quali, you wouldn't fuel burn at all. Would not fuel burn. Yo, Steve Gaming. Definitely wouldn't fuel burn. But to me, I don't think you would do this anyway. Even at 100% fuel, I don't think you would do this. Because yeah, you get to 90%, right? Rather than being at 95 or whatever it was when we crossed the line. I'd rather go out and do laps, personally. Doing this doesn't really benefit you that much. But we'll see, and then what we'll do, we'll go out from the pits and just fly around. We'll see the difference. And then we'll probably start an official quali session at that point. You okay? So we'll just test this test this out. It's annoying we can't set the quali fuel at 40%. Oh, show us. French baguette fully coming out there. So we're only doing this 1 lap, guys. I'm not fuel burning at any other point during the stream. We're just testing. It's just a test. I'm going to say it's 10% basically. And then what we'll do, we'll sprint out, see the difference. That will give us the answer to fuel burning. It's like even 10%. It's going to be 9%. 9%. There you go. There's the answer to that question. Right, so that was 9% at ×1. Let's go out now, just fly around. Bearing in mind, in reality, I think we'd start at 40% fuel. As I say, the Audi's probably going to be the strongest car here with these settings. No, I'm not going to lie, it's an R8 track. But I'm not doing it for the Audi, I'm doing it to get racing. Because if you can get it so that, you know, you get racing again, you then nerf the Audi. You then nerf some of the other cars that have been buffed just because of tyre wear, etc. Because they can't handle themselves otherwise. Use 2% of fuel. %. But we can just lap. We can just lap away. So what's this? It's 3% fuel. So it's 3 versus 9. You use an extra 6%. I personally wouldn't do that because then you've got cold tyres as well. And tyre temp seems to be significant now. Even more significant. Ooh, that was bad. So let's just check the settings. Yeah, exactly. It's way too much. We're not doing heavy damage. I have experienced heavy damage in FIA before now. By the way, you can still join, guys. Still spots. 4 spots left. So heavy damage in FIA is really bad because people make mistakes at the end of the day, and one mistake from one driver could cost 4 or 5 drivers. I personally don't agree with that. Light damage, fair enough. They hit off, they lose a significant amount of time, but it still keeps them in the race. If you get engine damage, which we had in one of those heavy damage FIA races, it's game over. No point even racing. I had to go around the entire lap on lap 1 and then pit. What's the point? Heavy damage was an absolute mess. That's why they took it away. It doesn't though. Like in any lobby it doesn't help because even in lower lobbies, people make more mistakes in lower lobbies. Therefore there's more damage and then you have to pit more often. We want racing. Like if you get damage, that's why it's on light damage. If I go to event settings here, is there a quali session? No, there isn't. It's really annoying that. I want to start on that. Ah. Look at that as well actually. So mechanical damage is on light, right? So if you do something crazy and go into the barrier full pelt, you're going to have engine damage, but it'll only be 10 seconds, not 10 hours. I know, but you would still be killed, Lysenko. You would still be killed. Like, when we had FIA heavy damage on, even in top splits, there was carnage because somebody would outbrake themselves. There's footage on my channel of it. Yeah, as Key said, I don't... Trust me, even in the top lobbies, just does not work. So you got a few minutes if you want to join this, guys. Otherwise, we will start a quali session. Quali starts at 1300 BST. It did end horribly, heavy damage. I've got to be honest. It was one of the worst experiences of FI. I didn't race that season after the heavy damage. It was just awful. Every race I got hit. And then I got damaged. So I was impacted by people's stupidity, basically. It's horrible. In fact, I could probably lower this a little bit now. Like yesterday, if heavy damage was on, Ed would have wiped out my right rear quarter. Not on purpose. Right rear quarter. He would have also taken out Koke as well, in terms of the race. And it was only a mistake by Ed. Just outbroke himself slightly. It was, and okay, 3 drivers wiped out in the race straight away. People focus way too much on DR as well. DR at the moment does not matter with the point system the way it is. It's actually better to actually have less DR than your true potential. So it's better for me to have 65k rather than 75k because then potentially I'm in split 2, which, as I showed on that spreadsheet the other day, gives me a better chance at more points. Oh, we clipped it. We clipped it. We clipped it. We need that virtual safety car now. Whoa, I hate that reset. I might turn that off if you can turn that off. So what we're trying to promote here is the overcut, undercut. You pit when you want to pit, but you have to pit at some point. So having it at 12, 13 laps of fuel in theory should work. I mean, I'm not sure whether it's worthwhile to actually have fuel go towards the full distance, and that way somebody can maybe try the non-stop, but I'm not sure on that yet. It's a long race, so in theory you could make it work like that, and then the fresher tyres of other guys might work out better. Don't know. Might do 2 races here. 1 race a day. Oh, I'd so love that, honestly. 1 attempt at a round would be dream. Absolute dream. I think that would be perfect again. It'd give the buzz back. Because at the moment the buzz has gone a little bit. Oh, I've done it again. He's done it again. 2 in a row. But if I do 2 mistakes, my tyres are significantly impacted. Let's see if I can take the track reset off. Is that on there? I've never actually looked for that. Replace cars when they leave track. Oh yeah, turn that off. I did not. Oh, we've got that on for Wreckfest. Turn that off. Yeah, I feel disadvantaged as well, and I think a few others do. I'm going to nip to the toilet, actually. I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys. Standard Tidge toilet stop. Watching the hot pit Honda chair stream. No, it's not. I'm back. We'll only do this combo for this one. Tidgy tinkle. Whoop whoop whoop. This is not. Right. So it's time for the official quality session. There's still only 10 people in here, guys, so feel free to join. So visible damage, if you turn that off, in theory it should work. There we go. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Have a couple of joker attempts. I don't see why they can't exist. So unfortunately we have to use 100% fuel for this, but I don't mind doing that, just for this one, just to see. In reality, I think it should be the same as the race, 40%. So you got 10 minutes basically, so you're allowed to finish your 10-minute lap. But I'll be monitoring that, and then we jump straight into the race and see how we go. What's this stream for? We're just practicing some more realistic settings and potentially actually have a fun Suzuka race. So the whole idea of this qualifying session is that it's a qualifying session again. You know, the likes of Jimmy Broadbent, Tom, and co, they can actually commentate on a qualifying session rather than fuel burning for 9 minutes and just having one lap. Knowing that the last lap is probably going to be the fastest. In this situation, you don't know. The fastest lap could be earlier on. Well, fuel will get lighter, but you could do an amazing lap on lap 1, not be able to beat it. Well, let's find out. Let's see how it feels. Obviously, we really want it on 40% rather than 100, but it doesn't really matter that much. It should be the same. That was close. .6. That's not a bad first sector, that. My personal best is 0.2. We're on 100% fuel here. I'm not sure, Graham. To be fair, I think in reality that lobby setting should apply to quali and the race. It should literally just say you start with 40%. But for some reason it's not doing that, for whatever reason. I'm sure that could change. That seems like a very easy fix. The MR cars will come out on top here with this kind of setting, but then you just nerf them a little bit. Wow, 57.4 and 100% fuel. Ooh, that's fast. That's very fast. Of course, tyre wear not having an impact in quali. So it actually helps that we can actually put in better laps. Do you know what? It's actually a quali session, you know? We're actually doing a proper quali session. So you might choose to come in this lap, or you might continue the lap. That's the whole idea behind it. So if you've been at this lap, like Thomas is about to do, Thomas might choose to now come in the pits this lap, whereas I might want to finish it because I'm up on my time. Time's 4 at the moment. So at the moment we'd knock off, what did we say, 40 laps of tyre wear? Compared to what PD's setting is? Obviously that's actually a bit more because it gets more exaggerated, but... Yeah, key, exactly, I said that before though. So what you then do, because at the moment we have two problems. With non-tyre wear races, the MR cars are really OP. And I've said that this car will become OP here. But literally, if it was like this, you could actually bop the cars properly again. And not have an issue in terms of no tyre wear and tyre wear races. So, yeah. Yo, Mario. I think you can then bop cars properly, but at the moment you've got two bop systems, and it's the one that's being used is for tyre wear, which is why all the MR cars become super OP. Is it race B where there's no tyre wear? I don't actually do daily races, but you know, they end up as one make races because all the MR cars are so OP when there's no tyre wear. I don't know, they do have bot testers. Yam's one of them. And Yam's rapid. See, now the tyres are having a bit of an impact. Tiny bit of an impact. What's our fuel at? 89. Ooh. We can't pit either, I don't think, but we might just pit. No, we're not going to pit. We wouldn't have time to finish the following lap. Ooh, that's close. How about that for consistency, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, there will always be a slightly OP car, but at the moment, the bop is trying to be done for tyre wear, but that means there's some seriously OP cars. In reality, there'll be one car which is maybe a tenth quicker, but you should be able to use any car. In reality. If a car is a tenth quicker, it shouldn't really matter that much. But because it's based on tyre wear, which is why the Audi is so good at the moment in the non-tyre wear races, because it's really crappy on tyres. The Lambo's even worse. So, who's going to cross the line? So basically, this is everybody's last lap. Ooh. Yeah, bot for GTS will help as well. Like, guys who are just joining, I mean, you can race, but the quali session is about to finish. So you will be starting at the back of the grid, I'm afraid. Make sure you get on track. So yeah, everybody's on their final quality session. The guy at the back in the S's, you are the last driver. You get to finish the lap. You're gonna leave, Rizaka? Why are you leaving, mate? Wait. See now, tyre wear is becoming a little bit significant. Lap number 5. It's not like crazily, you know. Yo, Pink Array. So, you know, we've got 3 fast laps in there. Potentially, you might come in after the first lap. I mean, with this sort of strategy on this track, you probably fuel burn lap 1, come in the pits. At least it's not fuel burning for 10 minutes, I suppose. Then you would do your flying laps, so 3, 4, and 5. I mean, they're all relatively close there. But in reality, our tyre wear wouldn't be as strong because I went faster than top 16. Because I'd want it to start on 40%, not 100. So tyre wear would be less. So would you have to do that in the end? Probably still. I'm not sure. Tyre's still killing. They're killing on lap number 5. They are Calster, but we'll work stuff out. That's the whole point of this. So if we still feel it's a bit too strong, we can lower it. But as David Perrell said, Suzuka is a tyre burning track, to be fair. So, you know, we're just testing this just to see the difference. We are knocking 60 odd laps. I mean, let me get the calculator again. Let me. Ooh, I just started the photo. I don't want to take a photo of myself. So let me get the calculator. So we've gone from 15 times 9, which is 135, to 4 times 18, which is 72. So 135 minus 72, 63 laps difference in tyre wear, which I think is significant, personally. But there we go. I think this kind of tyre wear promotes racing and a pit stop and everything else. But we'll find out now in the race. I can handle this if I had Super GT in Athlete. Nice thumbnail. Yes, Ed! Only 9 people in, but as I say, the whole point of this is to experience the tyre wear. So, you know, we're using, I might pull that to -3 just for giggles. See, we're starting on 40% fuel now, so let's see how that has an impact. Maybe we can actually have some fun now. See, that's the fuel level I want to start quali on, if I'm honest. I think if that setting changed to that's how you start lobbies and everything, or that'd be perfect. Yeah, this car will be the most OP car here, I'm not gonna lie. But then you nerf the cars. Once you get these sort of settings where you can actually race again, and tyre wear doesn't decide everything. Ooh, that was a bit close. Oh, you're almost going wide as well. But once you get to a point where tyres don't decide it and it's actually down to car performance, again, you can balance the performance properly. That's the thing. Ooh, wow, that was close as well. That's true, Jay. That's very true with McLaren. I get the fuel up just so you guys can see that. Got 11 laps of fuel. So with it, you know, with this fuel, we can decide when we want to pit as well, within a given window, and not have to worry too much. Fuel saving doesn't really work on the ×1. I was expecting Kelsey to be a bit further up, if I'm honest. You gotta remember as well, tyre wear is really affecting the pad players, and that's the biggest player base in this game. Jama spinned it. Lost concentration then. I was too busy wondering what happened to Jamas. And we'll save the replay and we'll have a look at the replays as well. I didn't know better. Poor Kelster. But the nice thing is, Jomas loses it. His tyres aren't ruined. If you remember yesterday when we slightly went off in the, was it the practice race? Game over in that race, straight off the bat, because the tyres are ruined. One off, tyres completely ruined. But because the races are so short, that's your race ruined, basically. I have to lower the fuel a bit more, you know. Ooh. Rear's getting a bit more slidey now. Interesting stream idea. Oh, it's just, there's so much more that can be done. I mean, as I mentioned in the Dear Gran Turismo video, Jomas put together some fantastic races where suddenly tyre wear exists and you had to pit, but it wasn't the deciding factor to the race. I mean, we had some races 3-4 cars wide. Now Suzuka, as I've mentioned, is an R8 track, let's be fair. So it's always going to do very well here the minute you reduce any form of tyre wear. Exactly. So we know tyre wear is an issue, so the whole point of this is let's figure out a way to solve it. Tyre starting to have a little bit of impact on times. The big battle going on behind. But because there's a big battle going on behind, these drivers behind can start to think, well, do I go for the undercut? Do I go for the overcut? You know, with this sort of tyre wear, you can actually start looking at the overcut as a very, very good strategy. Wow, I've just gotten really hungry suddenly for no apparent reason. See, if PD want a pit stop in the race, which is fair enough, you know, racing is about strategy as well as going, you know, flat out. You know, make sure we have tyre wear in and fuel, even though I personally don't like it. But let's keep it in, and let's just make it reasonable enough where you can still race, but you have to pit. So we're just using the settings we've got at the moment to try and come up with a solution. PD have more settings than this. We've seen the admin settings, should we put it that way, at an event. Oh, this is so much more fun to drive to me. I mean, I'm having to think a little bit now as I get to 130R about my car and its apex speed because the tyres have degraded a little bit. But it's not so much like where we've got at the moment, and you know, we get to a corner and we've actually no idea how the hell the car's going to react. I mean, somebody might try the non-stop. You know, it's completely viable here. But then if they try the non-stop and one stop have to be fairly close. Look, Crazy's going in for the undercut potentially. Potentially seeing a strategy there, so we'll see how Crazy gets on. Came in with 26% fuel as well, which was slightly more than me, but 1% will not make a blind bit of difference, really. After fuel, what, for 0. whatever seconds longer. But stuff like fuel can be adjusted. They've adjusted fuel rates before now. You can see the car's getting a bit more leery now. But I don't think it would get boring with low wear, personally, because you'll actually have more racing. It's just, this is a public lobby, isn't it? So, and the fact that this car is going to be the more OP car here. I mean, look, if you look behind, there's a cracking battle going on for second. Calster, Steve, Jomas. I think Crazy was in there, which is why Crazy's gone for the undercut. One mistake though with the tyre wear is crazy. See, now if I'm thinking about the undercut, say I want to come in now and I'm like, okay, I can check my tyres. I've got to look at the map here and I've got to go, right, where's there a gap? Whereas at the moment, it's like I have to come in lap 4 and everybody else does in this combo. So it's like, well, everyone's coming in, so it doesn't matter. Now I'm looking at it and I go, there's a gap after 5th. Can I fit in there? Is that enough of a gap? I don't know. You see tyre wear's now having an impact. I just think they've gone too extreme with the racing. They're trying to get short sprint races and make them action-packed, but they're not really that action-packed now, because everybody's just like, yeah, sorry, I can't race you. I've got to manage my tyres. Just carry on. See, I think what we're going to try here, we're just going to go for a bit more. We're going to stay out for a couple extra laps. Maybe one extra lap. Try and avoid traffic. See what everyone else does. If people stay out longer, then I'll have to wait a bit longer. That's a good point by Kenny, actually. IGTL's a very good racing setup, and there's always viewers watching. I think the most boring race was the Super race, I think. And that still had a crazy amount of viewers. Exactly, Jackson. That's my opinion as well. And that's why I made the video, because at the end of the day, if like the way they pick the manufacturers is a problem only for the top 0.1% players, right? Which is why I didn't focus on it in the Gran Turismo video. You know, the way they pick the manufacturers at the moment is crazy. That only affects top 0.1%, whatever it is. I don't know the exact percentage. But tyre wear affects everybody. And the lower the skill rate, or the lower the skill, just in general, the bigger the problem it becomes. Ooh, concentrate, Tidge. So if you look at one of Jomas's videos in the Nations Cup where he lost a lot of DR, sorry. No, it was SR. He lost SR, so he wasn't going to make the top split. So he had to join a Nations race. And you look at that Nations race, nobody was racing anybody. The top guys that were in there was 3 of them. They were sort of racing each other, but everybody else was tens of seconds apart. And they were going off all over the show, and you know, they weren't actually racing, to be fair. They were just more like crashing, tyre wear dead. Crashing, tyre wear dead. And there was lots of random strategies in there. Weird. At least with this one, you can spin. Still survive. But this sort of tyre wear, you know, you're still going to manage it in a sense. I mean, look, I'm over a quarter down now. Suzuka is a tyre burning track, as David Perel said. Yeah, but what kind of sim is it? Are we talking driving simulator or racing simulator? It's a driving simulator? No, it's not. Is it a racing simulator? Yes, it is. Well, let's race. But this is far more manageable tyre wear than the other one. I mean, this kind of tyre wear, I think, is perfect. So, yeah, we've used quite a bit more fuel than the other guys at the moment. See how people are now coming in different laps, deciding what to do. This is a lot more strategic. So now you're wondering what the hell is going on. And they've just come out in traffic as well, those guys. In fact, I think Steve Gaming's just come out ahead of the traffic, while Freak came out behind. I think it was those 2 that went in the pits. So again, you've got to look at the map and be like, well, where am I going to come out here? At the moment, I've got a nice gap that I think I'll come out in, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to go 1 extra lap, just for the giggles. Yeah, the 3 compound thing's okay, except that the race is so short that it then becomes pretty obvious what you have to do, and then everybody's doing the exact same strategy, and then what's the point in the first place of that strategy? If everyone's doing the same, it's not strategy, it's just that's what you got to do. Big battle going on further back though on the map. Well, look, this is manageable. I like this. This is what I would consider decent settings. I mean, it probably needs a little tweak in some areas. I'm going to do one more lap just to be safe of any traffic. Probably needs a little bit of tweaking, but it's there. See, the tyres are just about going now, I would say, on this R8. But on other cars, they might be able to do that extra laps, you know. Car performance is in there a little bit, I suppose. But that won't bother me that much. Because at least I'm not trying to survive here, I'm actually racing for a good portion of it. I don't know whether some people have been fuel saving or not. I'd love to hear what other people did during this race. Oh, a bit deep. Bit deep. Definitely having an impact now, this tyres. Lovely. See, by the end of the first stint yesterday on the tyres, I must have been dropping nearly 10 miles an hour in the 130R. There I'm dropping, what, 4 or 5? So we're going to go on softs again, and we have to fill up a little bit here. Cal's was in the pits as well. As I say, this car is OP here, guys. The R8 is always going to be OP here. So if we ended up in a combination like this, where the R8 is now an OP car, you nerf it. I mean, the way you nerf this car is give it a tiny bit extra weight. And in fact, what that does is it slows it down, which is what it needs a little bit. But it actually helps the handling a little bit as well. So you slow it down, so it reduces that time, and it actually enables slower drivers, or that's a wrong word, drivers who potentially aren't as skilled in driving oversteery cars to actually drive the car. Yo, can't start. It's time. No, the tyre in this race is times 4, not 7. It's times 4. We're knocking about 60 laps of tyre wear off compared to what Polyphony have it on at the moment. And I actually think that this is far more enjoyable. Now, if this was a top split lobby, the race would be so close. It would be really, really close. You'd be on the edge, because you're going to have to drive to the limit. Everybody's flying around 100 miles an hour. Towards the end of a stint, the tyres are coming into play a little bit, so then you've got to worry about tyres, strategy, all that good stuff. yeah, 100th to 100th to 200th difference between the cars, which apparently is what they do anyway. And it's done at Interlagos, which is probably why our Interlagos bot test that we did was so close. Crazy's going for a two-stop strategy here. That's interesting. But at the moment the cars are so random because they're having to bot for tyre wear. Definitely, I can instantly see that. If they're having to bot for tyre wear, it's just mad. Because then all the other races, you know, all the leagues that are out there, there's a lot of league racing. I mean, they said it themselves, didn't they? There's 3 million. Is it 3 million players played in online lobbies? It's nowhere near. FIA gets nowhere near that. But if the bot was more even, leagues would enjoy it more because they don't have to do anything. You go, bot's on, this is the class, happy days. Ooh, that's the rear bit there. Yeah, I'm not watching Monaco, to be fair. I'll watch the highlights. Ooh, that was a bit of a dodgy 130R. Whee! See you, Kelster! It's just nice that I can actually race and literally, you know, I'm not getting to a corner and guessing how the car's going to react because the tyre wear is so random. Yeah, it will for you, Kelsa, though. I mean, if you see what I do with the Audi, you've got to do that in the Lambo, and it's very hard to do on a controller. There is a possibility of that. The only reason I say that, Tuscany, is because Kaz said that the FIA will still be happening on GT Sport when GT7 is released. So there will be a crossover period. So there is a possibility. Very much a possibility. Good lap. Very good lap this. But yeah, as I say, if these were the settings, the Audi would need a nerf. A few other cars would need a nerf as well, actually. Whatever next, yo Zanny. Thomas is coming in the pits again. It's interesting. Find out why after, I guess. Ooh, a bit deep. Oh, your car base. Yo, gamer. Wee, that's dangerous. Hello. You can see the car's getting slower because of the tyre wear, which is what we want. See you, Danks. Hurry up the F1 stars. Do you reckon they should just put top 16 back to top 24 superstars? That's what they should do. That's a very good 130R, that. Hey! Shocking chicane. Whee! Audi's trying to kill me. You can see how it would get sketchy towards the end of a race in the Audi. Might bring in other cars. I used to love the top 24, and it was nice to watch as a spectacle as well. You know, 24 cars. Top 16 just doesn't do it for me. It really doesn't. Oh wait, I like that, Danny. You need top 24 just to get 20 guys in. That's hilarious. The new track's going to be a good one, isn't it? Exactly, exactly. What's the point of a like Oceania? You don't have it as much base, but in like EMEA, it's actually quite bad to do the top 16 superstar race. In fact, if you come lower than, was it 4th or 5th, it's actually pointless. You better do it in another lobby. It's quite kind of funny, really. It will just be Goodwood Circuit on its own. I'd be very surprised if they brought anything else. Yeah, I like these settings. I think they're good. I think the car gets a bit loose at the end, which is probably what you want. You know, the tyres are going at this point. But it's not like super nuts where every lap you're having to just change your entire braking zone and driving style to survive. Oy, that's a bit deep. As I said in my Dear Gran Turismo video, that was more for the community. Just me. If it was just about me, top of the list would actually be the way they pick manufacturers. The points system would be well up there. That'll be my first point. Because the way they pick manufacturers is crazy. There needs to be a weighted system. Because without insulting Oceania, EMEA is far more competitive in terms of the amount of players that are at the top level versus Oceania, where there's like, I don't know, what, 10 players? I haven't worked it out exactly. Whereas EMEA has potentially 30 people who all come in a race. Yeah, I don't like Project Cars 2's tracks, mainly because the tracks aren't laser scanned, so there's some weird ass bumps on some of the tracks which don't exist in real life. Question: do you all think you'll move away from GTS? Probably not. I mean, this channel's always been a GT Sport, a Gran Turismo channel. It's had Project Cars 2 on, it's had Richard Burns Rally on, it's had WoW on, it's had StarCraft on, it's had, what else is it had on? But there will be more racing games coming to this. Oceania needs to be back with Asia. Yeah, or the alternative as well is to actually go with Central South America, but I don't know how the times would work out, because in other games, so in WoW, I'll take WoW for example, Oceania is with the Americas regions. Mainly because obviously Oceania is more No offense to the Asia community, but Oceania speaks English. A lot of the Americas regions do speak English, so I think that's why they do that with that. So that was interesting, that race. Have I ever had any problem? The only problems I've had with my TGT has been the brake pedal. So you might be able to hear the click. So previously, just tested a few things and spins on tyres. Interesting. So the spring snapped in the brake pedal. So I've got another set of T3PA. So I took the spring out of that, but I think the spring's going to break in that as well. So I'll have to take the clutch spring out of the other pedals and put that in, and then I've got the throttle I can put in, and then I'll just have to buy a stronger brake pedal in the end. Spring. The click's annoying. It really is. True, Jay. Very true. Very, very true. So if anyone's wondering the settings we just used, ×4, ×1, set on 40 litres. I think that feels about right, personally. I mean, it might be interesting putting it up to the sort of 60 litre mark, see if a non-stop's possible, but could be close. Could be very close. Yeah, I'd say. But you say that Hellfire and say that Hellfire. I thought somebody else said something. But you know, Nick McCosey races from not Madagascar. Why am I thinking about Madagascar? Oh my word! What's the bloody? Oh, it's gonna do my head in. What the hell's the region called again? Macedonia. Got it in there. So he races from Macedonia, and there are some lag hits, but I'm assuming Macedonia is further away from Oceania than Oceania is from Central South America. Yeah, sorry, North Macedonia. North Macedonia. I'm doing quotes because I don't know what the political situation is over there with North Macedonia, South Macedonia, I assume, or whatever. I don't know. I don't know why Madagascar came to my head. I don't know. I've now got images of the bloody lion, giraffe, and zebra in my head, and King Julian. The fuzzer are attacking! Ah! But as I say, I don't care like so much. I did say that right. I can't spell anymore. Oh, so if I go to the manufacturers quickly, Nick floats like a tiger. I'm never gonna live that down, am I? Never gonna live that down. Any expensive cars there? Doesn't look like it. Oh, another one of these. Hey look, it's the OP car from Willow. Woohoo! Not straight away, but I just want to talk about something. Because the car detail will be here soon. In fact, he hasn't messaged me, has he? Nope. Nope, I don't think so. Let me just check outside. Won't be a second, guys. Ah, wow, it's sunny. Jesus, my eyes! My eyes! They're burning! Right, so, look, we do get the sun in the UK! We do! I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. Dun, 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 dun. So, my goal for this season now is just to beat Nico to top Audi driver. But I can't make New York anyway, as some of you know. So, that's the reason why I've not really gone ham this season. Okay, let me go back into this. I wanted to show you this. So the only issue I have with these points is that some regions. So what they've tried to do is equal it out amongst all the regions, like in terms of all the regions are the same, but they're not all the same. If that makes sense. EMEA potentially has the largest competitive pool of drivers. However you want to put that. So let's just say top 10 Oceania. Potentially the top 20 Asia players going to the top 10 Oceania. Potentially top 20 or 30 players in the EMEA going to top 10 Oceania. Potentially top 10. I think they're about the same, maybe, just as an example. And potentially top 15. I don't know. You get what I mean, though. Basically, more players can fit into this group, so it needs some form of weighting. That's what I mean. The best of the Oceania are still equal to the best in Asia, best in the EMEA, best in CSA, best in North America. We're not saying that. But what we're saying is the amount of players as a group. Oh, congrats, Key. I mean, I don't know where we are now, actually, in terms of overall points. I've not really played that much manufacturers in terms of being very competitive. I mean, look at this. That was 4 points at one point. But Slent's overtaken SVDR, which is unfortunate because that's a New York place. What's going on up here as well? We've got Suzu Lightning, Koke, Adam. Like this result here, I said it last night. That is Adam's best result by a country mile. That, even though he's got 3 Kers, that was at Willow Springs. That was third at Willow Springs in an Aston Martin, in a stat lobby as well. That's unbelievable race, that. Let's go down here a little bit. Lots of Toyota drivers. What does that say about Toyota at the moment? Ford up there, Grasser. Doing really well in Ford. That's a big point haulage there for Ford at Suzuka. My word. So, I suppose that's an interesting one, actually. Let's just go to Mercedes on here. I'm assuming Mercedes, EMEA, are last. Wow, they're last. Some big ones there. Berner, Ant, and Nick McCosey. That is GTP Adam. Yes, he's a part Williams. So we're way down here. 29th. 29th. Nearly top Audi driver. But yeah, the nice thing, I suppose, or I hope, is that some of these combos won't be used again for the remainder of the manufacturer series. So that won't be, which was horrible on the curbs. Kind of gutted that won't be because Audi's good there. That won't be. Pretty awkward. Group 3 Brands Hatch will probably be used. That won't be, thank goodness. That won't be, thank goodness. That definitely won't be, thank goodness. That's a shame. That won't be. Group 3 will probably happen there. Group 4 will probably happen there as well. Good morning, Mr. Tidge. Good morning, Curly's here. Nations. I'm not. I've hardly played Nations really. I mean, if you look at some of the results, I can't remember half these rounds. Let's have a look at the rounds that I did compete in. So that one I should have done better in. Can't remember what happened. Like that one, I should have done better in. That one was the insane thread, like absolutely threading the needle through the carnage. That was unbelievable. That one's just Fuji, isn't it? That was the F40s, that wasn't it? I think that was that's where Thunder did an amazing move on me. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. Group 3 Suzuki. Oh yeah, that was my Porsche fail. I should have done a lot better there. Oh, actually, I just remembered Brands Hatch. That was where I got punted off, wasn't it? That's why I got punted off there. I should have got 2.8k. That one, okay, that's fair enough. That was where Koke absolutely destroyed me. That one, Beatles. I didn't practice for that. Isn't the tyre for that next Monza race absolutely nuts? Look at that! Yeah, no, thank you. Well, I'm about to disappear. Lol. Times 26. What's it in the daily race? Oh, I've gone too far again. I always do that. Where's Monza? It's going from times 13 to times 26. Double. They're doubling the tyre wear. Is it the same laps? 9. 9 laps. They're doubling the tyre. Why? Please explain why. Oh, okay, fine. I'll let it off then. It's low, so they're doubling the tyre, but doubling seems a bit extreme. And harder tyres, yeah, hard's available on the other one. Greetings from the Bermuda Islands. Hello. Don't go disappearing on us. But yeah, I'm with Audi now until obviously the end of the season, and then we'll pick a new manufacturer. I might just for giggles. So if we go to this, I think once the season's finished, I think we might go to one of these bottom manufacturers. Go back to Pug. Yes. Try Ferrari, Lamborghini. I try Lamborghini. Don't know. Lamborghini. Not Nissan. Yeah, we'll go to one of these, I think. I'd destroy you in Lambo. Would you really, Kelster? Would you really? Auto policy. Yeah, I don't understand. So, I don't think I can show it on here. But basically, if I go to this and I go, where's Suzuka? That was times 13 tyre wear, right? Same number of laps, mediums and hards, times 13. So why oh why do we now go to times 15 tyre wear, softer tyres, at the same track, same number of laps? I don't know. That emoji doesn't make sense. Right, guys, so what's happening for the rest of the day? There is going to be a Best of British later on, 7:30. I'll start the stream about 7:30, 8:15. Which is... Anyone know where it is? Calster, you might know the answer to this. I don't know. Let me see if I can get it up. That's what he said. What? Where's Lewis? Where's Lewis on my my old friends list? Here he is. Ah, Lewis is in the chat. Lewis, explain yourself. You might postpone Best of British. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, if Best of British doesn't happen, we'll do a mini race. Can I ask who makes up these tyre wear combos? To be honest, I have a sneaky suspicion they might chat to me at Nürburgring and just be like, Tay, just don't make another one of those videos, please. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, so if there's no Best of British, there's going to be a stream later, let's put it that way. So if there's no Best of British, we'll do mini races. If it's Best of British, hey, it is what it is. I'll put a thumbnail up so you'll see what it is. It'll either be minis, or it'll either be Best of British. So before we do disappear though, let's quickly go to the replay of said race we just had. 35 minutes, that's a good length, plus 10 minutes quali, that's 45 minutes. 2 minutes practice, that's 47, 48 minutes, whatever it might be, and then the loading times, about 52 minutes. That's perfect, in my opinion, in terms of length of race. Monaco is about to start. Go enjoy Monaco, guys. If you're going to watch the F1, go watch the F1. I don't watch F1, so it doesn't really bother me personally. But yeah, if you're going to go watch F1, go enjoy it. We're just going to have a quick look at tyres and we're going to disappear. I jump in for the mini race. Woohoo! Yes! Oh, they're so fun, honestly. The settings we use are great. Yo, Virgil. So I just want to get to... We'll get to around lap 9. We'll just have a look at the tyres and fuel and... Right, okay, so let's go back a bit. Steve Gaming came in the pits, so let's have a look at tyres. Steve Gaming came in the pits. Interesting. Look, the fronts wear more fuel. I've used more fuel. Oh, good battle there going on with Calster and Steve. Oops, Steve gave it up. In there they go. 130 R. Let's have a look at Calster. Wow, Calster's really destroyed. That's from being a pad player. That's why Calster's tyres are like that. That's the only reason. Only reason. I can't cur. My detailer is coming soon. Oh, congrats, Virgil. A+. Well played, mate. How did my boss is flying there today, Nick? Flying there today. He's just moved into a new housing development, I think. That's happening on there, or flat, apartment. Ooh. But I imagine these guys have had a cracking race, because earlier on there was an absolutely brilliant race going on. So if I just go back a little bit. I swear that was somebody spinning, but... I mean, look, we've got an actual race going on up here. Actual race. Lap number 6. Nobody's really caring that much about their tyres. They're actually racing. I'm sorry, Kerr. But it's 2 streams today. It's not 1, it's 2 streams. 90% chance of rain in F1. Really, it might be worth a watch then, guys. But look, people are actually racing. It's amazing. Oh, GTR freaks behind. That's a funky livery, that. My word. Look at tyres. So I just want to see what happened with Crazy's tyres, because Crazy pit twice. Ooh, what was going on there? So Crazy is wearing his fronts a little bit there. I don't think he had to pit though. So yeah, I think that tyre wear is fine for all cars. Ooh. Oop, Sheldon B let that go. So let's get to the last lap of the race. Have a look at all the tyres. So this is last lap. Steve's used a lot more of his fronts. I've used a tiny bit more of my rears, so Steve struggled a little bit there on his fronts. Got a bit less fuel than me as well, so might struggle towards the line. Oh, Freak made it into 3rd place there. Looked after his rears more though. Ah, Steve pitted lap 8, you pitted lap 10. Ah, okay, that's the reason why. Yes, he did, of course he did. That explains a lot, actually. Oh, Sheldon be going for the full drift. Drifto! Yeah, I like those settings. They're my kind of settings. My kind of settings. Right, guys, go watch the Formula 1. Leave this pleb for a few hours, and we'll come back to it later. Anyone else? Oh, someone asked to be my friend. Let's quickly add them. Ah, okay, Mick, that makes sense. We've got Tish72. Hello from UK. I just found your stream. Woohoo! Yo, Tish! And we got TRB Clown Baby. Is that like Chucky? Except you are better than F1 Tish. And maybe, but I am waiting for somebody to arrive. So unfortunately, it is a quick one now, and then a bit longer later on. See if they're here yet. They did say they would be slightly later than planned because of the weather. I don't think they've messaged me though. Ah, no, go away. Go away. Go away. There we go. Nope. Still wrong. Messenger. Nope. Yeah, they've not messaged me yet. But yeah, guys, we'll go for a while, and I'll be on a little bit later. Enjoy your afternoon. If you're in the UK, the sun! Yes, it's here for the first time in history. Yeah, go enjoy the sun, and I will see you in a little while. Ciao.